Hey everybody, it's Laura from Budget RX, and today we get to do the unstuffing and condensing video, which I do once a month, and it's always a scary proposition. There's a lot of moving money. I have to recount it a bunch of times. Don't worry, I fast forward through the boring parts, but this is a good way for me to pull out money from my sinking funds. So categories that I know that I'm going to spend throughout the year and I save throughout the year, so that as I spend the money using my cards, I can take it out of these categories. And so that is the first thing that we're gonna do. There's only 4 categories that I spent from this month because most of the spending I did had to do with moving, and I had a big pot of savings that I have been drawing from for that. But the final count on all of that will probably come next month when I'm done accounting for everything, but for now we have 4 categories to remove from here. Then after that, we're going to go through and audit all of my sinking funds and my savings challenges to make sure that I have what I think I have, and then condense those bills down to the fewest amount of bills possible. So instead of 10 ones, a 10, or instead of 4 5s, a 20, things like that. And then we'll count it all up at the end. Okay, so first we start with, so I've got this paper that I use, and I've used the same kind of thing the last couple of months, so I'll probably end up making something I can just reuse. But the first thing we do is check my back to the bank envelope, and this is where I just take either things that I've sold on Facebook Marketplace or like money from my wallet that I knew I already spent on my card. Like if I go out to eat, then I take that out of my eat envelope in my wallet, etc. So I'll count this up real quick. Okay, so there shouldn't be that much in here because I took quite a bit of it to do last week's cash stuffing. So we have 20, 40, 45, 50, 69. Okay, so we have 69 starting out before we pull from sinking funds. Now, so we start with transport, which I believe is the second category. It's currently called auto, but I don't have a car anymore because I sold it when I moved. And so I'll be changing this to like transportation or transport. But before I sold it to my parents, I spent $326 on its final maintenance. If we do 26 in cash, and then take this and exchange it, instead of 500, I would have 200 left over, like that. These are my prop notes that represent something in the bank. Then this should be accurate. Now, to make sure that I know what I'm doing, I'm taking $26 in cash, and then I'm going to move $300 from the little savings bucket I have on Ally into my checking account so that I can pay it off. So that's $326. So I'll put this back. And then we will verify the count later. Okay, so that was transport. Next is gonna be wellness, which is a few more out. Maybe. Okay, here it is, wellness. Okay, wellness. I spent $240 on medications. And we have quite a bit in here. So I could do 150, 200, and 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So I think this is 40. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing 150 in prop, And then 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90 in cash. And that adds up to 240, so that's correct. And the rest will go back into wellness, which we will count later. Wardrobe. I bought a couple swimsuits for my cruise I'm going on. I'm actually leaving tomorrow. But yeah, I only had one swimsuit, which was like so brittle and falling apart, probably because I didn't wash it after being in the pool and then didn't wear it for a long time. So I had to replenish that. I got 3 different swimsuits, 20 bucks each. Well, they were like a little bit less than that, but so we spent 60. And there was no prop and 60. And then the last category is smell goods. Here it is. Smell goods. I spent $33 on 3 new cartridges for my Pura. So if I do 35 and put 2 back, so 33 cash and none of the prop. Okay, we'll put that back and then we'll count this up and verify that we have here what we're supposed to have. Okay, so 209 plus 69 equals, so this should be 278. So let's see if it is. Okay, that's 180 plus 30 plus 18 equals 278. Perfect. All right. We have passed check number 1. Check number 1, 278. Correct. All right. Now we condense and audit to make sure that in Zodiac we have what we think we have. Okay, Zodiac. So we just finished Taurus, and this is 205. So Zodiac to the bank, we need to take 205 to the bank. The category is Doctor Tax. So let's do that. So I'm gonna add up all of the prop notes that are in here. $900, so it's correct. And prop is 900. All right, Dr. Tax is accurate. And now we'll look at my Kisses binder. And we are very close to finishing, but we're not quite finished with our next 200. So far we have 2, 4, 6, 800, and it should be 170 in here. And it is. Great, so we will just keep this in here until next month. Hopefully we will have at least finished one of these. So it's accurate. There's 800 in prop, there's nothing to the bank. So we don't have to worry about category right now, but it's for like beauty treatments. And then Cosmos. Okay, we're gonna try to condense this if we can. So in our first game, which is this Nebula scratch off savings book, we have 10, 20, 30, 73. I'm gonna tally this up, 73 plus, and then in the meantime, we'll do it like this. We're gonna do 20, 40, 60, 70, and then that's 73, and we can condense that. Save 500. We have 150 in prop already. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So let's condense. Okay, so that means it's 196. 196. And there is 150 in prop in here. Infinity. 60 in here. So let's get, and actually, why don't we throw a prop note in here? So there's another 50. We're going to put 50 to the bank. This is for robots. Wheel of Fortune. 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 57. 65, so there's another 50 we could add. So let's do another 50 to the bank and get a 200 out. Okay, and then condense this jam. Cool, it's 15, so this is 10. Let's give it a 10. And so now there's a 200. Did I do this one? I did, okay. 215. Okay, next is planets. Usually ones that end up in here. 30, 35. All right, that's another 50, which means we can move 50 to the bank, and this will be 103. 103, and there's another 100. Did I write it down? Okay, I'm gonna put a question mark by this. So if this is off by 50, we'll know that I had already written that down. Oof, okay. And Starbucks is 23. All right, so let's see how much that is. $670, so I'm missing $45. That doesn't seem right. You know what, I think it might be because there are things that I have finished that I have not kept track of and added to this binder, like scratch offs that I finished. I didn't create a representation of those things. Maybe I should do that. Let me just double check that I'm correct. I'm gonna check my, yeah, I think it works out. It's definitely, I need to audit this better, and I need to keep track of what else I've put in. So I think I'm gonna do that. After we finish 10K, I'm gonna come back and we'll see if this is right, and then I'm gonna fix this. Okay, so 10K, we're supposed to have $1,020. So we have $1,020, so that's correct. So we are going to take this 20 to 200 and replace it with this. I did not have time to write a journal entry, but I am going to do that on my cruise. That'll be a good time for reflection, and I'll put it here when I get back. So we are sending 200 to the bank for that. There is 1,000 in prop, and this is true, and it's going to a big train trip I want to take in 5 years. All right, so let's add this up. 205 plus 200 plus 200 equals 605. Okay, so we think that this is 605 added. So what we're gonna do is add 605 to 278, and this should all be 883. So now we're going to check if that is true. So we have 100, 560, okay, 560 plus 100 plus 115 plus 58 equals 833. 833 minus 278 equals 555, which is exactly 50 off, which means this last 50 was incorrect, which means this is actually 555. Beautiful. Okay. All right, so there'll be 150 going back to the bank for robots. All right. Sinking funds. And actually, I just realized I do have another savings thing now, and it is my pet emergency. And I have 150 to take back. So I'll add that. 20, 40, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So, and it has 150 plus 20, so 170. Okay, now let's audit sinking funds. Okay, and condense to our heart's desires. Okay, emergency has 1,120, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So we're going to do, this is true. We're going to send 50 to the bank, and this is in emergency. So we're gonna get another 50. We're gonna take out 50. And let's condense. So now it's 1,165, like that. And then we'll do auto, which should have 405 in it. So we have 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 445, no. I wrote down what I'm supposed to have after my next cash stuffing. So it is 4:0. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't enter it correctly here. It was 40. Okay, 4:45 is what it should be. Which is correct. Let's turn this into what it should be. We'll do 4:45. So now it has 400. Oh no, what did I just deposit? I don't know what I did. I'm gonna have to check. Okay, so I watched back and I had 300 in prop and now I have 400 in prop, so I'm sending 100 in prop to the bank. And that is that. And then buffer, so it's gonna have 250. This equals 50, so move 50 back to the bank, and this goes into buffer. And now we have 250 in prop, and this is accurate. And I get to wash this off. All right, it's ready for another round. Wellness is supposed to have 100, 20, 40, 60, 81, which it does. What should we do with this? Let's do 50. Yeah, let's just do 50 back to the bank. And the prop note is 50. And this goes into sinking category. Mint should have 125, 2, 4, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, which it does. So we're going to just condense there. So it has 100 in prop note, it's correct. Nothing back to the bank. These should have 90, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. Let's put 50 back to the bank. That goes to sinking. Prop will be 50, and it is correct. Okay, sanctuary, it should have 230 in it. We only have 50 in prop. We have a $100 bill. Okay. 20, 40, 50, 200, and 30. So this is 230, so it is 230. Why don't we keep 30 in cash and we do 1. So then we'll have 200. $230. Epithelium should have 55. 55. That doesn't seem right. No, it should have 200. That's weird. Why did I write 55? Well, let's see if it's 200. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 50, 70, 90, 95, 200. Yeah, okay. It's 200. Why don't we keep 50 and just do the rest 150. We can't be out of 50s yet. Are we out of 50s? Oh no. I don't have any more 50s. So it's just gonna be 100. That's all right, that's probably better anyway. Okay, so just 100 back to the bank. Oh wait, there is a 50, it's right here. Give me that 50. All right, I don't think there are any more 50s though. Oh, no, there's one right here. All right, wardrobe has 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. Kind of want to do 50 and 50 here. Take this 50. So let's do 50 to sinking. So now there is 50 in wardrobe. And then tech is supposed to have 290. It does have 290. So we definitely want to, what I'd like to do is 150, but we don't have another 50. So we're just going to send 100 back to the bank. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And now there is 200. Tech is sinking funds, I think. And then we've got 40. We've got 90. So 20, 40. Okay, gifts is supposed to have 115. 70, 80, 91, 115. Okay. I think I'll just condense. Hobbies is supposed to have 70. It does. So condense like that. Outdoorsy is next. Outdoorsy is going to go into hobbies actually after this. Right now it has 150, 70, 90, 200, 10, 20, 40, 240. So it does have 240. Let's condense it down to 200, so we will put 50 to the bank. Okay, like that. This becomes 200. I think I'm gonna have to do a separate video of me redoing all of my categories because it'll take a while and this video is already a long video. And outdoorsy is sinking fund category. Smell goods, 110, 50, 70, 90, 110, and then a lot more. Did I mess up somehow? 50, 70, 90, 110. This is what it's supposed to have. So did I, smell goods is supposed to have 142. Okay. I wrote down the wrong thing again. It's supposed to have 142, so it has 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 35, 40, 40. Okay, so it is accurate. 142. Let's do the 100. So we're going to move 50, and that is sinking. Now it has 100. Fine spirits is supposed to have 125, 50, 70, 80, 91, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, 125. I'm just gonna exchange 2 10s for a 20. I want some decent amount of like different kinds of bills for this, so just say that was accurate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, holiday is supposed to have 125. 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 25. Let's move 100 in, and that goes in sinking. There will be $100 prop. And then luxury boost is also supposed to have 125, and for some reason I forgot to write that down. So let's do the same thing with this one. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Give it a 100, 25 like that. Puppy should have 835. There's already 650 in the bank. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Okay, so I want to add 150. Okay, so this can condense to a 10. Okay. So we're gonna put 150 back to the bank, and this goes into a future puppy or dog, whatever it ends up being. I just say puppy because puppy is a fun word to say, and I do love a good puppy. Okay, so now this is 830. Okay, so we can condense this even more. Do we have another 200? We do. 800 like that. 830. Excellent. And this was like this. We have 800. Okay, football should have 60. 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. All right, we've got a 50, and then we'll do a 10. So we're going to move 50 to sinking. There will be 50, and this was correct. Okay, and then travel is supposed to have 20. So we'll just condense that. All right, and then splurge has 250. So do we have any more 200s? We do not, so we will do 250. And then let's just make sure that this is right. Yes, it is correct. I don't really know. Maybe I'm gonna have to create a new for splurge so I can separate it from other things. I don't know. Okay, now that should be it. Definitely more room in here, which is nice. But now is the hard part. We're gonna add all these things that are supposed to go back to the bank. We're gonna add it to our last, what we knew we had. And then we're gonna check and make sure that I did it right. Okay, so that should be 1,400. Okay, 1,400 plus 150 plus 555 plus 278. So it should be $2,383. Okay, so we're gonna check our 100s, our 50s, our 20s, our 10s, our 5s, our 1s. 100, 200. $1,160. One, two, three, four, five, six, $650. $63 times 5 equals $315. Oh, let's see a 5. $73, and then plus 5 here. Okay. So we have 100 plus 200 plus 1160 plus 650 plus 320 plus 73 equals 2503. God damn it. So 2503 minus what we thought, which was 2383, equals 100. It's a difference of 120. Okay, I got 63 this time, which would mean 630, which means now we're off by 100. How are we missing 100? Or we're over 100, which means, okay, so there's basically $100 that I am supposed to put back to the bank that I didn't write down, so I'm gonna have to figure that out when I edit this video and watch myself. So that's sad. I broke my 2-month streak of not making a mistake. So the true total is 100 plus 200 plus 1160 plus 630 plus 320 plus 73 equals $2,483 back to the bank. So there's exactly $100 from sinking funds that I am supposed to move somewhere, but I don't know where yet. So I will figure that out. Boy, but that's all right. Like, ultimately, what's great is that we are moving a ton of money to high yield savings accounts, money that we have saved towards future needs, and I am super proud of myself and excited about it. This is beautiful. Y'all know how much I love to see this money stack. That's a beautiful sight. I hope everybody is doing great. Please say hey in the comments, and I will see you guys on Saturday for the June week 1 cash stuffing, where you'll see my new setup. Bye.